totaal onbekende voor ons allemaal. Komt uit Argentinië, heeft...
Después, obviamente, que son dos grandes jugadores.
Dit gebeurde er vorig jaar. Ja, daar komt hij aan. En let dan op.
In place of Sergio Ramos, so despite the fact that it was a very the same formation, Celta are unchanged from that win over Huesca, and they are playing extremely well, and Real Madrid will have to can climb above Atletico Madrid to the top of the table. Celta 4-1, 3-2, and Tapia is the one, so looking to play out from the back up to Lucas Vázquez. Results have picked up hit since he came back, and he actually made a fantastic on Casemiro when Real Madrid is building up. Bit of a chess match, so is a huge factor in any sport, but obviously football. And the the Moaña player is now Asensio finding Lucas Vázquez, who scores at the far post with the header. We could have had the opener at one end, and immediately Real Madrid go in transition. Great cross from Marco Asensio, and there is Lucas Vázquez with a precise header, and they made that look easy. Yeah, well, this is La Liga, and this is Real Madrid for you. You have a chance, you don't take it on the counter. They've got the... And it's obviously it's public that Real Madrid only offers. Being confident is, as you said, this is a big test. Is Nolito. Bundesliga, so he's going to Celta on loan with an option to buy. There's who had a tug at Marco Asensio, and the ref... And I have to say that in the first half he was excellent. The movements down the league. Full-back. Inside for Carvajal. Cross coming in from Asensio, again looking for Lucas Vázquez there at Real Madrid, but they're able to work their way out of it. And now a foul by Renato Tapia, a Peruvian holding midfielder. This is the cross, goes back for Mendy, who's going to shoot right-footed, and we can now Santimina onto Iago Aspas, but just too heavy in front of his possession now in the last few minutes. Real Madrid look fairly happy to just sit. Aspas for once couldn't take a great chance to open the scoring. But as you see there's only Olaza on the left, completely isolated. Control it though. Asensio onto Benzema, who was fouled, sneaking in behind Casemiro into a bit of space, as Olaza can't find Tapia because the Peruvian have been fouled by Toni Kroos. Find Carvajal, but the right back is able to squeeze across it, sending up to Asensio, who's fouled again. It's the third or fourth time, but he's been brought down today. Real Madrid. Zinedine Zidane doesn't need to rush Hazard. There is Asensio sending in a cross. And as you can see here, Nacho, when he pushes on, he's a good centre-back. The problem is with El Chacho. Changed things somehow by changing the captaincy. Yeah, I don't know. He missed a few games earlier in the season as well. Kevin Vázquez with Bryce, supported by Hugo Mayo. Cross passed by the goalkeeper as it's flicked on by Araujo. Tapia trying to make something of it, appealing for a handball, which initially the referee Ricardo de Burgos shows no interest in his home country of Argentina, taking them to the title. Now from Denis Suarez, Hugo Mayo outside him. Ball travels a long way and took a deflection off a defender last as it goes behind for another Celta corner, so they're starting to grow a bit more pressure. Real Madrid saying this should... We will see a better Celta as the game progresses. They'll get to get into those central positions and give the ball away and obviously give Real... Tapia. Now Bryce Mendes trying to flick it through, but their own now as it comes over to the dangerous Asensio, and a bit of Santimina. Haven't seen much of him so far, feeding the ball inside, but teammates. Nolito. Murillo flicking it inside the area. A very good right back in Lucas. Asensio to Benzema, slightly sun. He's able to find Aspas, needs support. He goes down under the challenge of Asensio, and this time the free kick does go the way of Celta, and it's going to be... They're not, they're not ashamed of setting a low block. And Dani Carvajal, now Vázquez inside for Modric, slightly heavy on the tar away by Tapia. It's still bouncing down. Carvajal! Last couple of minutes of the first half. And again, Mayo. His cross should be dealt with by Varane, and it is. If they can't bring anyone permanently. Last season they brought Fyodor on the bench today after missing the trip to Elche. After, with from Olaza's cross, and we blocked by Tapia, who's touched from Bryce Mendes, but the second one is better. Araujo, the run, finds Asensio just a little too far ahead of him, and they've able to work it up for Iago Aspas, and that's a yellow. Backing options on the bench for Celta. Fran Belt for Real Madrid. Lucas Vázquez for Marco Asensio. And there is the goal to double the Real Madrid lead. Asensio's first of the season, underlining his real improvement in form over the last couple of weeks, and it was all a little easy there when they won the ball in midfield. They pounced forward. There were 4 players up, and Asensio with a pretty simple